Well, the Indiana Pacers dominated Game 6 against the Thunder Thursday, forcing a Game 7 on Sunday in the NBA Finals. The 91 points allowed tied the fewest allowed by Indiana this season. The 60 points through three quarters was the fewest for OKC this season. We got to break this down with the coach, Jack Armstrong. Many of us thought that this was the beginning of the coronation of the Thunder. This is going to be the beginning of their incredible run of several titles, and Indiana says not so fast, especially with Halliburton questionable with the injuries. You thought, man, there's no chance. How did Indiana just dominate it from start to finish?
To your point, not so quick, right?
Yeah.
And you know, people talk about, is this going to be an all-time great team? If you're an all-time great team, you don't even have to go to Game 7 at home and sweat it out. Indiana hit like incredible tonight. Their perimeter defense was sensational. Having a guy like Halliburton back and being able to play was huge for them. But nonetheless, you look at their second unit, T.J. McConnell, Obi Toppin, those guys have been just absolutely awesome. You know, creating 21 turnovers, the pressure at the point of attack, the ability to turn them over, get into the second, second gear, the transition. This is an amazing pass to Pascal Siakam from Halliburton. But the energy, the fight, who's the hammer, who's the nail? Tonight, Indiana absolutely just hammered OKC, had them on their heels the whole night.
I love Reggie Miller wearing the Jalen Rose jersey there. That's pretty great. Shai Gilgeous, you mentioned turnovers. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 8 himself. 8 turnovers himself, and his buddy Andrew Nembhard was terrific defensively, but others pitched in as well.
You know, it's interesting. After 6 games of seeing this, you get to a point where you're used to it. And tonight, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jay, the whole night looked like he was just off kilter.
Yeah.
They sent the second guys to him all the time. I thought the ball got a little too sticky, quite frankly, in his hands tonight. They did a beautiful job. He was awesome. He and Jalen Williams in Game 5 of getting into the paint, making the next pass. We, us, team, high percentage shots. Tonight, a little bit too much hero ball, trying to force the issue. I think the frustration got the best of them. I fully expect Sunday night to see a much higher level that we've been accustomed to being the MVP. But the ball's got to move.
And so you got OKC at home. They got a massive advantage, obviously, in that sense. They'll have the crowd behind them. But this Indiana team looked like you brought it up, that second unit, so much energy from McConnell and Toppin and others. What are you looking for in Game 7 on Sunday?
I'll tell you what, if you're Oklahoma City, you better not only win the first quarter, you better have Indiana on their heels and have the home crowd in a frenzy and play with a significant lead the whole night. On the other hand, if you're Indiana, just hang around. You're playing with house money right now, just hang around. And the pressure will build dramatically. So to me, I think you got to see a lot of the same script from Oklahoma City on Sunday night, where their defensive intensity is off the charts. They get their running game going, and the ball's got to move. You know, it can't be iso ball.
Right.
The ball's got to move. They got to get their high screener roll going. They got to get their three-point shooting going, and they got to show that they have been the best team in basketball all year. They have it in them. They got to show it on Sunday night.
You know, the best thing about Game 7 on Sunday night? Jack will be back on the show Sunday night.
Can't wait.
To break it all down, or Monday morning, depending on when you watch our show. Either way, Jack will be with us.